Okay, folks, we're going to be talking about a little touchy subject here. Probably shouldn't be talking about this on this channel, but hey, why not? Uh, I've been seeing more and more about it, well, at least on my phone, about the news about this. Comes and goes, and then only recently it's been more and more prevalent. Okay, today's subject is about universal basic income and guaranteed minimum income. They're different, but yet very similar. Simply put, let's go with universal basic income. All right, UBI. What is it? All right, basically, it's the government giving you money. Yeah, you just get it as like a check, or it would be given as a card, like a prepaid card or whatever, you know, something like that. Or it would just be set to your bank account or something, wherever how they're going to set it up. And the only caveats about this is that you have to be a citizen. But here's the problem. Um, what kind of citizenships are we going to consider? Is it going to be anyone that is an actual citizen that doesn't matter how you became a citizen, you will automatically get this? Or is it for natural born citizens, people that were born in this country? And then how many generations are we going to specify? Because you have to understand, lawmakers are dicks about this kind of shit. They don't really want to give money out to the public. Okay, let's say it does happen in the United States. Forget about like how much is it going to be. Like everyone gets this basic amount. Here's the problems I see about it. Just the same as when the government decided to do what is give out loans and grants and stuff for students so more and more people can be able to afford to go to college. Well, colleges and universities and also community colleges and whatnot decided to do was jack up the prices. So over time, the fees got higher and higher because they saw it as free money. Well, if this kind of same thing going on, the schools are going to probably continue doing the same thing. And also, the other thing is that, businesses will not give you a raise. They'll say, well, you're recovered by, the UBI. You get X amount of money automatically. So why should I give you even more money? Comes to that whole process of that. So basically, people would be shortchanged from their goals within, whatever business that they're going through, that they're working at. Then, same thing with working in the restaurant industry. They kind of fuck you over, saying, well, you're already covered with, with tips. But luckily, there's a lot of states that specifying that your boss can't take your damn tips. Whatever tips you are given, they're yours and yours alone, and no one can touch them. No one can threaten to take them away or whatever, or feel that you're making too much, or telling you that you have to give your tips to the people in the back. No, or to the manager themselves. So, kind of fucked up if you really think about it. Kind of the same way as like, why should I pay you more? You're getting, the universal basic income as well. Plus, the lawmakers are going to do is specifying the evils and that it'll cause laziness and nobody would want to work. the truth of the matter is, it would actually benefit a lot of people to help them get forward in life. But there are those that it will do no good. It's like, oh, free money. Oh, well. Think of multi-billionaires. There are citizens that are multi-millionaires and billionaires and stuff like that within this country. Would they really need that? No. They probably wouldn't even notice or care, but if they did, it's like, oh, free money, whatever. Now, that's basically what universal basic income is. Everyone is guaranteed to get it as long as you're a citizen of said country. Like in the United States, it would be, an American citizen. Okay. Now, here's the other one, guaranteed minimum income. The difference is there's more, well, more legal red tape on this, and also specifying who gets it and who doesn't. So, you have to do is qualify for it, apply and be able to qualify. So, typically, most likely, you would have to be a citizen of the country to be able to apply, and you have to be making X amount of money, no more than said amount, depending on like how many people that are within your household, you and your spouse, your girlfriend or girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, your kids, it all depends on the level of your income and whatnot. And this is meant to do is a small amount of money, or whatever. You'll be given a month. So if you qualify, you get X amount of money every month. And most likely it's only you'll have it for so many years. You'll be given it like for, like 22 months or maybe, you know, 3 years or so. Something like that, between a year to 3 years. It seems like that's how a lot of it's going. And then it's specifying about age. Well, of course, also the UBI would also go with age, most likely to make sure that you are a citizen or whatever, specifying that you have to be 18 or over, and you would have to have is some sort of state ID plus, you know, um, your social security card, as well as your social security number, to specify who the hell you are and all this. It will definitely be the same with guaranteed income, um, guaranteed minimum income, and most of the time the caveats would be about people that would help, be helping people of a certain, economic level, so they can do is basically pay their bills and whatnot. It's not like would automatically be given of the guaranteed. You would have to do is apply, and then once you are accepted and whatever, then yeah, you'll get it. Kind of the same thing with EBT and whatnot, like GR and food stamps and other social services. Most likely, people that are on housing would automatically be enrolled into it, because since you're on housing, wouldn't you also qualify to be able to get that? It would help with your bills and stuff. But it would be mainly for people that are 18 and over. That if you do it like that, then $500 per person. So it's not like, you know, one person gets $500 for every person that is under their household. No, it's every person that applies and gets accepted will get get 500 or whatever amount it is. It'll probably be easier like that, you know. Having each person apply that have to be 18 and over that qualify for it. But there would also probably be another kind of program the same way that I think this would help a lot. Would be the caveat on this is homelessness. And you're going to say, well, why should we give the homeless anything? Here's the problem. A lot of people that are homeless, they have jobs of some sort and they cannot make enough money to house themselves or to pay whatever bills that they have. Because, yeah, a lot of them have their addictions because of multiple reasons, and a lot of it has to do with their situation at the point to where they rather do is self-medicate. In other words, numb themselves from reality and everything just so they can deal with living. You know. So, the pilot programs that have been done to deal with the homelessness, giving them money in this way, and it was only small amounts of people, and they did was make sure that there was certain things that could be used and can't be used. So basically, anything that is illegal products, you know, can't use it for drugs or alcohol or tobacco products. No drug paraphernalia or anything like that. But the money would be used for, let's say, food or paying bills like medical bills or whatever, or paying rent. Things other than your vices, illicit vices, as it were. Also, alcohol and tobacco products as well. Like, nope. All right. And when they did this little project, yeah, by the way, it was in San Francisco, and actually, it helped out quite a few people to where they were able to do is get themselves off the street, even though it was so little. But at least they were getting down money, so they could do is apply for housing. So they could say, hey, at least I'm making $500 a month, and kept on going like this. So as long as that is, and they can get housing and stuff, then they can be able to do is, go forth and go actually find a job, even a low income job, to help pay the bills. Because sooner or later that money is going to cease to exist. I think the thing is that it's going to be for like about 3 years for the people. Yeah, and it's already been right now about a year or so. So, yeah, the benefits of it will help a lot of people getting out of the situation. And plus, it would not be declared taxable income or anything. It's just basically to help people get out of the situation that they're in, or just to help them pay the bills and whatnot. so that they can be more stable. The downside of it, um, well, the downside is humans. Yeah, humans are just plain fucking stupid with their own money. Yeah, no matter how smart you are or whatever, or sooner or later you're going to start spending your money stupidly. Yep, you'll make the wrong choices. You will end up buying whatever at the wrong price. Paying too much for things that you actually need and whatnot. Stupid shit. Sooner or later, you're just gonna fuck yourself over. That's kind of the problem with both of them, is humans. And besides that, legislatures will do is, fuck it up so much to where it's gonna be behind so much red tape or non-existent at all. You know, like just say, "Oh yeah, we're doing this," and it never comes forward. So, cities are going to have to end up doing this themselves, and having pilot programs. But the thing is, it's going to be very small amount of people that it will help. You know, like no more than 150 people per county or city. You say, "Wow, that's a lot," and then you realize how many actual amount of people are within a city or within a county. That's a fucking lot of people, but the problem is you're barely even scratching the surface of helping people. Yeah, you're only helping a certain amount because you only have X amount of money for the this particular program. It's good to help out the people that need it, but the others that also need it are, well, it's like, oh well, you know, you're too late. They're already went through X amount of people. That's it. Yeah, we hit our limit. No more. Until new funding comes, like, okay. That's just how it is with a lot of these things. So, nothing is perfect, but at least it's a start. At least with the guaranteed minimum income, um, no one needs to know that you're on it. No one needs to know anything about it. Your employer has no need to know any of this shit because it's none of their business. So there's like no incentive for your boss to basically fuck you over on pay raises and whatnot, or even on your check because you happen to be on the guaranteed minimum income. The other way of doing this guaranteed minimum income would be kind of the same way as the universal basic income, except go with the caveat of specifying that you have to be of a certain, economic, well, not economic level, more like, well, yeah, you could say that, but it's basically how much money you make. If you make a certain amount, you know, a certain amount and below, then you get that money automatically. But the problem is, you wouldn't need to. Okay, nice thing is you wouldn't need to apply, or maybe you would. Who knows? But the problem is that businesses and stuff would automatically already know. They would, or just automatically suspect you already have it because of one simple thing. Um, they know how much you're making from them. So they're going to try to do is screw you over. So Yeah, and same thing with um, depending on how much you make, a lot of places are just gonna basically fuck you over. Charging you more. Things will go up and whatnot. On the same vein as any type of thing that the government try to do to help the average person to succeed, it ends up backfiring. Mm, yeah. Oh, but it really took a while for the whole school thing to end up backfiring on everyone, really, to where tuition is like ridiculously high. It was already going really up when I was a kid. At least it was actually affordable to pay for schooling, even without it. The problem is my books were expensive as hell. The cheapest book I had was like mm, somewhere around $60. Yeah, that would be my cheapest textbook. Most of them were like, 100 and something. Almost the most expensive one was like close to $200 just for one book. And I had to have is like a minimum of like most of my classes, the basics you're supposed to only have is one textbook, but a lot of my classes were demanding, 5 to 10 textbooks, and each one of them is like well over $50, and others were like well over 100, and that's before taxes on it. And then they tell you, oh, you can only buy that at the student store. You can't go to the second-hand store. Because I had teachers that if they found out your book was second-hand, you know, even though it's the same fucking copy, but you got it at the second-hand store. Ooh, they were pissed on that. They gave you an automatic F on everything you did. You failed the course because you didn't get a brand new copy. You just went to the secondhand store. Here's the reason why, folks. The asshole written the book is the teacher. So they get really fucking butthurt if you don't go buy another fucking copy that's brand new. Because they don't get any money for resells of, it's like, that's really fucked up. Yeah. And majority of the time, I refuse to buy the books. It's like, I can't afford it. Even with a lot of stuff, I couldn't afford it. So, when I was a kid going through college and stuff, I really wish um, the governor's grant, that how it is now. I don't know if it still exists, or at least I know, like in the early 2000s, it existed, that it was actually really good. The last time I found out about the California governor's grant, they gave the student the money to, like, here's your money to pay your bills, blah blah blah, your school bills and whatever. As long as it's being used for education, they don't pay it back. But you get in trouble if you start using that money for anything but your education. What I thought is that, what if you did was use some of that money to get stocks and whatever, or buying something really cheap and then flipping it and just making a profit and putting the extra money within that account that would have your, the money. So basically, nothing was stolen. You just used it to help create more wealth. All right, the governor's grant when I was going to college was different. You had to get your classes. You had to do was submit the information, everything, including all of the things that you had to buy, like your supplies, your books, and all this. You had to buy it up front. What if you didn't have the goddamn money to spend on it? Well, oh well, you're fucked. Because basically what they did was reimbursed you. Yeah, that's it. You just pay for the stuff and they reimburse you. What if you couldn't afford the damn shit in the first place? Well, no reimbursements. You didn't get the books or the supplies you needed. You kind of end up fucking yourself over, and yeah, just how it is. It kind of sucked when I was going through school. And then it got better when I was way out of that. You know, it's like, oh well. So that's kind of what is going on with all this, and what is the difference between UBI, Universal Basic Income, and uh, GMI, General Minimum Income, and also the stupid shit that the California grant in California, is or was or whatever. No, till then.